MindLeaps Virtual Academy, it's a learning platform that brings together MindLeaps trainers and educators and students, and they learn skills which range from business entrepreneurship, communications, project management and budgeting, child development, and inclusion.
The MindLeaps Virtual Academy basically organizes youth into groups of 8 to 25 students, and each of those groups then follows each of these 5 subjects over the course of 4 to 5 weeks per subject. What we decided to do is find a way to deliver content on low bandwidth options daily. The students log in for a 1 hour or a 2 hour review session with their lead trainer, which is already one of MindLeaps staff members. Then once a week, they have a session with an expert. And the expert basically gives a lecture to these youth on WhatsApp through voice messaging. After each session, there's a Google form that the youth trainer can then work through with the students for the rest of the classes until the expert returns the next week. By way of this, students have learned Google tools, they've learned how to use email, so that they're also developing this digital literacy set of skills as well.
You want to put a formula, you can select the cells.
Pens have high buyer power.
Hano tugiye guhera ku ikaramu. Ikaramu ifite buy power iri hejuru. Customer pain point.
Hi, I did a little bit of research about the actual meaning of the competitive rivalry and I'm going to read that.
Communicate with and reaches its customers.
Bonsoir à tous. Je vais présenter ici chat development.
Customer relationship.
By the end of 2020, the materials will have been used in English, French, Kinyarwanda, Swahili, and Arabic. One of the really powerful things about the MindLeaps Virtual Academy is how we track these youth, even though they're not actually physically sitting in a classroom. So on the quantitative side, we look at students' attendance, their assignment submission, and what we call active engagement. And that's actually totaling the number of messages by a particular student in the WhatsApp lesson after each class. If a student isn't really actively participating, that now triggers a system where we go to find out what's wrong with the child. Do we need to activate additional support levels? The goal of the MindLeaps Virtual Academy is really twofold. First and foremost, it's to increase the chances that these youth can have a bright future. Coming from the environments where they come from, they're really going to need a competitive edge to try to form a job or find their own way to earn an income. Secondly, we needed a way to keep our connection with these youth, to make sure that they would not relapse during such a difficult period of time. When we know that the strength of MindLeaps is those family bonds.
Not only to create the structure for these kids to continue learning and keep their momentum, but also building their hope to keep strengthening their resilience regardless of the COVID-19.
We will always have our hallmark dance program, which is the innovation that MindLeaps brings to the international development field. But there's a huge component that we can add on to our students and our trainers' lives by equipping them with these other skills that sustains them outside of the dance studio as well.